Hi everyone, I'm Cassidy Murray and I'm so excited to be here today to talk with you all a little bit about social media advocacy and how you can use your message to transform the world. So before we begin, I'll let you guys know a little bit about what this webinar will be about. So we're going to go through the 10 different ways that you can share your message through social media. I'm going to teach you guys the best ways that you can share your message, and not only your message, but also how you can share who you are, your cause, and what you are advocating for in a very unique way. And also the best way that you can really grow who you are, grow your organization, grow whatever it is that you're trying to really share this message on social media. So I'm so excited to be here with you all today and to really just dive deep into this topic, which I really feel is very beneficial, not only because social media is a way for connecting, but also during these times, it's a platform for us all to really realize what's going on in the world and how we can use our voices to make a change. So before we begin, I'd like to show you guys a little bit about who I am and why I want to share this message with you all today. So I am Cassidy. I'm an Italian American. I grew up in Italy, even though my family is originally from the United States. So I'm an activist, I'm a speaker, I'm a refugee advocate, and my journey in change making really began 7 years ago when I started working with Syrian refugees in Turkey. So this was my journey really started off with just wanting to advocate for a better future. I saw people like refugees, Syrian refugees, that were going through hardships, that were going through a very hard time in their lives. And seeing people go through this hard time and knowing that they couldn't change their lives made me realize that there's something that I could do. It made me realize that I had a way to advocate and use their message for a brighter change, for a brighter future. So my sister and I, Caitlin Murray, who also did another Global Changemaker webinar, we started advocating for this message. We started our own nonprofit organization. We began really spreading this message, especially that youth can make a difference in the world, and that we each have the capability and the opportunity to make a change if we really embrace all that we have to give to the world. And not only that, if we really understand that youth have the power to make a difference, because in our world, we often feel like our voices can't make a change, that only the grown-ups or the people with the degrees or certain individuals can make that change, and that we, the youth, maybe don't have that power. But in reality, we truly hold all of the power because we are the future. We are the generation that will inherit this world, and we will also inherit the problems. So why not begin making a difference now? And so my sister and I began advocating for this message. And over the years, we've really been inspired to share this message in different ways. And so we started multiple organizations. On the screen, you can see the 3 different organizations that we've started. And the first one is our nonprofit, Kids Unite for Hope. So that is the one that we started in a refugee camp. As you can see from the photo, it's the one on the far left. And that's a photo of us with some of the refugee girls that we met there. And Kids Unite for Hope is really all about volunteering. It's about spreading the power of youth. And really, Kids Unite for Hope, it means that we're trying to unite kids and youth across the globe to make a better difference and to make a better world for the future. And it's also about empowerment. So that was all about empowering these refugee kids and these refugee teens to really embrace their unique gifts and also connect with other youth around the world. Our next organization that my sister and I started, as you can see in the photo, that's my sister Caitlin, is Changemaker Odyssey. Changemaker Odyssey is a social enterprise that aims to empower and give youth the tools and the techniques that they need to begin making this change in the world. It's all about helping youth narrow down the message that they want to share. It's about helping youth advocate and use their voices for positive change. We also do coaching, and also there's a different little travel element side, because I actually didn't tell you guys, but for the past 7 years, my family and I have been traveling around the world, and we've traveled to over 100 countries across the globe. And so through travel, we've really learned so many messages about embracing different cultural values, embracing the diversity of our world. And this message that really the only way that we can truly establish change worldwide is through unity and diversity. And that's what travel has taught us. Through traveling to over 100 countries, we've learned that it's truly the way to connect with people, to understand, first of all, where people come from, learn their histories, learn their cultures, their religions, their ethnicities, learn everything there is about them, to then truly understand what this world is about and what needs changing. And lastly, Humanity Up. Humanity Up is a organization also that my sister and I started with our friends in 2019. And this organization is all about connection. It's all about youth. It's about empowering, and it's about networking youth across the world with different people who want to make the same change, who have the same vision for the world. And so we're very passionate about this project, and the presentation that I have prepared for you today is mainly based around this organization, because I really discovered the real power of social media by working on this organization as the social media manager and the director of this organization. So I'm really excited for you guys all to see this presentation today, and I'm really excited that you could learn a little bit about me too. So before we begin, I'd like to talk a little bit about the importance and impact of social media. Social media truly has such an amazing impact on the world. It allows us to share our message with people across the globe that we haven't even met. With people, we could be inspiring people that we don't even know. We could already be changing lives by just sharing our message, by sharing our stories. And so social media is an amazing tool, not only for sharing your message and what you do, but it helps you, first of all, connect with others. You can connect with people across the globe, learn their problems, create collaborations. It's amazing for collaborations. I know personally that during the pandemic, when I was in lockdown, I had a lot of time to create these new collaborations and even started new organizations from that. And so it's amazing to see all the different things that we could do with social media when we're able to access different people across the globe, connect with others, learn from others. Another way is that you can use social media as an amazing tool is to get your name known. You can grow. You can even, by sharing your message, you can develop a whole new future. You can develop a whole new business or organization. You can raise awareness about the causes that you're passionate about. And you can also impact and inspire others. So there's a lot of different platforms for you to use on social media and for social media advocacy. But the ones that I typically recommend for people and the ones that are most common in our change-making world are Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So they each have different aspects that make them very powerful to use. And there are different ways that they're especially unique. So let's go through them, and you don't have to necessarily choose one platform, and you don't have to choose all the platforms. My recommendation for you is when it comes to sharing your message and what you want to do on social media, choose whatever platforms make you feel comfortable and make you want to show up every day to advocate for your cause. So when it comes to Instagram, it's very visual. It's very easy to understand things. There's a lot of pictures, so it's very easy also just to share what you want to share in a way that's very visible. That's why I like Instagram the best. I feel like I'm a very visual person, so if I see a picture or see a video, it makes it very clear for me. Another thing with Instagram is it's great for collaborations. So if you use Instagram, you know how easy it is to write people, how easy it is to form collaborations. It's great for features, for growing, helping other people grow and helping yourself grow on social media. And it's also great for finding people to follow and finding other organizations that are aligned with your vision and your mission in the world. Next, we have Facebook. Facebook is all about connection. It's about sharing what you do. It's about creating these different opportunities, even for business and for community. I really liked Facebook exactly for this reason. It helps you share exactly what you want to share in a very, very specific and very unique way. It also builds a great sense of community through Facebook groups, through different ways that you can connect with people. And I definitely advocate for using Facebook for that purpose, especially since now all social media platforms can be integrated together. So try and branch out, try using the ones that you feel like your business or your organization can grow from, and especially how you can impact the world through these different platforms in your best and unique way. And lastly, we have Twitter. Twitter is fast and easy. It's great for text and copy. It's really great for sharing your message in a very short and unique way that really makes a bold statement. Next, it's also great for reposting and sharing. That is a great way to go. It also creates a big sense of virality. So it's very easy to go viral. It's much easier on this platform. It's definitely easy to share, like I said, share your message in a bold and unique way. That is definitely a platform if you want to go for just quick and easy change making. You can easily make an impact by sharing a message and by reposting, and even find people that are inspiring to you. So next, I want to talk about a little bit the different types of posts that you can have. So when it comes to social media, there's ultimately 3 different types of posts that you can do. And not a lot of people know this concept. And when you really start looking at it and you really start analyzing people's posts, there's really only these 3: grow, build, and sell. Now, each have a very specific different way of doing this. And you may even have posted something in this algorithm without even knowing. So let's just dive deep into each one of these and understanding these and understanding how you can use each one of these in their own unique way and how you can pair them up and really use it to build your growth, build your audience, build your message, and even just reach a wider audience when it comes to sharing your message will really help you understand right now what the difference is and how you can use them best and which ones maybe work best in your organization or your business, because you don't necessarily have to use all 3. So first of all, we have grow. This is all about really sharing what you want to share, but in a way that it reaches more people. So this is all about widening your audience. It's also about finding what your audience loves, because many times we can share stuff and we notice that it doesn't really go as far as we want it to. It doesn't reach the right people. So we want to make sure that your audience is correct, that you're growing in the right way, and also that you're sharing the right content to grow and to really just ultimately grow your audience, but also grow in the right way. Because the problem is that many times we can be fooled and we can think that we're sharing to the right audience when in reality we're sharing it to the wrong people. And that's why it's really important to know that you have the right audience. And I've just realized this actually recently when I understood that in the past, I was trying to share my different change-making advice, my change-making, the different things that I stood for, the different causes that I advocated for. And I was trying to share these messages to the wrong people. I was trying to share these messages to people that didn't really care about that topic. And so in the past few months, I've been really trying to narrow down on, okay, where does my actual audience live? Where are these other people that are passionate about the same things? Where are these people that also advocate for refugees, that are also passionate about the SDG goals? So this is why it's really important to narrow down the right people and to grow in that community. And this is why growth is also important. So in growth, the main things that really, really sell here are quotes and graphics, because people like to have information that is easy to repost on their stories, to share to their friends, because they find it useful. They find it easy to even read. And so those are the type of the growth posts that sell. Next, we have build. Build is all about content-based posts. It's all about those posts that are filled with content that have a lot of substance, they have a lot of information. Sometimes these are like infographics, so sometimes you'll see carousel images that have a bunch of information on them, and these ultimately build your credibility and experience. So these are the posts that when people go back on your profile and they start to view your profile and all that you've done, these are the ones that they say, wow, this person has done so much. This person has truly shown me their credibility and experience through these posts. And these are essential when it comes to building your social media feed, because like I said, these are the ones that are going to give you your credibility and your experience. Next, we have the sell posts. These are all about your call to action. These are some of the most important things and things that we often forget about doing. These are the ones that say, okay, now that I've shown you who I am, now that I've shown you my credibility, and now that I've shown you what you're interested in, I'm going to show you where to go next. These are all about, okay, so I've shown you my credibility. Now I want to take you to my website so that you can maybe sign this petition. Maybe it's so that you can donate to this cause. Whatever your call to action is, this is the type of post that you sell that in. And usually the sequence that goes is grow, build, and sell. Because first of all, you want to make a post that grows. So you want to get it to a wider audience. Next, you want to show why you're at a wider audience and why these people need to listen to you and your story. And next, you want to lead them to that next step. So these are definitely important, whether you want to take a screenshot of this, take a picture, don't forget these. These are very essential when it comes to building your social media and everything that you are online. Next, I'm going to guide you guys through the 10 different ways that you can advocate through social media in your own unique way. So the first way to do this, and Just a side note, I'm using Humanity Up's Instagram and Facebook images here so you guys can see a clear example of everything I'm saying. Personally, I feel like for the change-making world, Instagram is a great place to connect with other people, which is why I've mainly using Instagram images today to show you guys 10 different ways that you can advocate through social media. So if you guys find that social media, and especially Instagram, works for you best, I definitely recommend that one, and this is mainly built upon that social media platform. So back to regular posts. So regular posts are the normal images that we see on Instagram or even on Facebook or on Twitter, those regular posts, those images. And there's lots of different types that there actually are. There's photos, regular posts, there's videos, infographics, which are the type of ones that you see at the top left-hand corner in this image here. It says interesting facts about the environment, climate change, and rising sea levels. So that is a carousel image. So that means it has multiple slides. And infographics are really ultimately about sharing information through a graphic, as you guys can probably pick up. But these are great for organizations especially, and for businesses to share what they want to share and really give a bunch of information and give their credibility, like I was saying before, all about building. And next, we also have quotes. Quotes are really great, like I said, also in the growing, because people share them. These are the most shared things that you can put on your profile. So even if they don't receive the most likes, they're getting the most growth. And so don't forget to post quotes. Don't forget to quote the people that you find really inspiring, that really represent who you are. Next, we have graphics. Graphics are great, especially when you're growing your social media brand. So don't forget to include those. Add some colors, add your own unique touch. You don't have to repost everything from some other people. Create your own things, make your social image unique. And you also have IGTVs. IGTVs personally are really impactful for me because I feel like I'm really able to share my message through these, because it's not limited to under 1 minute like usual Instagram videos are. And so definitely check out IGTVs. You can really share a lot of information here. And it's kind of like creating your own little YouTube video, but on an Instagram platform or on a platform that you've already created in the past. Next, there are stories. This is a feature that I know a lot of youth have been using to advocate for their message, because it's very easy to share something fast. It's very also convenient when it comes to keeping a history with highlights. That is something that I really love about this feature. You can keep your past stories, which are the ones that appear for only 24 hours. You can keep them in your collection so that other people can look at them even beyond that 24-hour point. It's also great for takeovers. So takeovers are really great because you can have other people, maybe if it's on your organization's page, maybe it's on your personal page, I don't know. But you can also do a bunch of takeovers too. Personally, in my experience with takeovers, it helps you grow your message and get your name known. It helps you really branch out with people in your community that you want to connect with. It also helps with people understanding who you are, and also really getting your name known in the change-making community and in the right places that you want to grow in. Next, it's also great for Q&As. You can find out what your audience loves. You can even do a little quiz for your audience. I've done this a lot on Humanity Up's page. I've really helped other young change makers, just keep engaged. Another way is graphics. You can share cool graphics on your stories. These are definitely something that grab attention. You can also share something personal. You can share something quick and easy because, it's not going to be a post. It's not going to last forever. And so it's really easy to just get online, share a story really fast, and then post it on your story. And next, it's all really good about sharing a post. So if you posted something, it's really easy just to put it up on your story as well, so that people maybe that don't scroll through posts anymore, who don't want to spend their day, scrolling aimlessly, but want to go through it fast, go through stories very often. I know I do this when I don't have a lot of time to spend on social media. And so that's why it's effective to share your post on your story as well, so to make sure that everybody sees it. Next, there are lives. Personally, I've loved doing lives, especially during the quarantine, and I've had a lot of time to do this. It's really great for finding people to have a very interesting conversation with. And the reason why I love this is because you get to share a conversation that you would normally have just one-on-one with one person. You get to share that with the world. You get to inspire other people through your conversation. So share your live on your posts and your stories to really hype it up and bring attention to it. Maybe even create graphics about your live, and you can also upload it as a post when you're done with it. But I really love lives because it really shows who you are authentically. It's not something that's pre-recorded, and it's not something that you've rehearsed. It's just maybe a candid conversation, a candid message. It's all about showing the real and authentic you. So I definitely encourage you to do this, whether it's on Instagram, whether it's on Facebook. Next, I'm going to following. So this is all about how to find people to follow. Social media is really about finding the right people because, like I said before, sometimes we can be in the wrong audience. We can be advocating a message to people that don't necessarily or aren't necessarily interested in that topic. And that's why it's so important to find the right people to follow. And so this is why I'm always talking about finding maybe people through hashtags. It can be going through similar accounts that you like. Let's say if you search global changemakers, like here I have here on my screen. If you search global changemakers, see who pops up underneath. See who the recommendations are, because those are the people that are ultimately like the account that you searched and the people that your Instagram sees that you really like to follow as well. And another advice that I'd give is, search for hashtags. So if you really are interested in change making, search the hashtag Changemaker and see different accounts that pop up under there. You can even find very interesting individuals. You can connect with people, even make new friendships. And also another thing that I suggest is explore. Go on the Explore tab, find different people, maybe even write them a message. That is one of the biggest things that I advocate for. So also, write a thank you when someone follows you. This immediately creates engagement. It also creates a conversation, and it gives you the opportunity to connect with someone and really understand who they are beyond their social profile. Next, we have resharing and shoutouts. So a way that social media has been used to grow your message, but also help other people even grow theirs, is through resharing and shoutouts. So personally, I love to give shoutouts to people. I feel like it really helps somebody else grow their message and reach a wider audience, because if you have a certain amount of followers and you share someone else's message that is inspiring and empowering to you, you can instantly reach hundreds and thousands possibly of other people as well. And so always give shoutouts, and people will generally give shout out in return, which is very sweet, and it helps everybody really share their message with the world, which is ultimately what we want in the change-making community, is to really advocate for these positive messages and make sure that they reach everybody in the world. And so don't be afraid to really even just share other people's posts. Give, shout out exchange, and also don't be afraid to market or promote somebody else. And because people are so generous with this type of thing, and they will always give something in return, always be nice, and also don't be afraid to ask for what you want. So if you really want this post to go viral, if you really want one of your posts to reach a lot of people, don't be afraid to ask other organizations or other even individuals or friends for what you want. Next, we have commenting. Commenting is very, very powerful. So one of the ways to get a lot of people to comment on your post is actually to ask questions at the bottom of your post and to get people engaged. Now, the reason why commenting is so powerful is because the more people that comment on your post, the more Instagram will actually promote your post to other people, the more it will show it on other people's feeds. And that's why it's really important to have more comments on your posts, more engagement on your posts, because it will reach a wider audience. And so what I always suggest to people is to comment on other people's posts. It'll make people more prone to even comment on your post. At least write a sentence. A sentence is what pushes that Instagram algorithm and that Facebook algorithm. So start a conversation, ask the question in the comments. Even if somebody writes a statement on their post and you want to respond to that, write a statement as well, then ask the question. So what do you think about my statement? Or just really try and reply to other people's comments. Continue that conversation, share your thoughts, because this is also another great way to connect with people and to engage with people. This is also a great way to find other people that have the same vision and message as you. So always reply to comments, always keep people engaged, and like I said, prompt a question at the end of your post to invite your followers to comment on your post as well. So next we have reaching out and contacting. So when it comes to reaching out and contacting, this is all about sharing your story. This is all about creating an amazing community that you can even just hand select the people that you want in your community. And that all comes out of reaching out and contacting people. I know that personally, during the past few months, I've been really trying hard to connect with people and contact people, maybe even for an Instagram takeover. Maybe it was just to find out more about their organization. But what I've been doing recently, I've seen, has created so many collaborations and partnerships and has created so many new opportunities for me. With a lot of things going online now, with a lot of things like such as summits, such as events, and all these different opportunities are now going online. And this is why it's so essential, especially during this time, to reach out and to contact people, to even search for these opportunities, such as these ones on my screen right now. Calling young activists, calling all writers. There's so many opportunities out there, and especially that are niched towards what you want to do. So write direct messages to organizations and individuals. Don't be afraid to contact people. Create collaborations and partnerships. Go out there, start putting yourself out there and say, hey, do you want to form a collaboration? Do you want to form a partnership with me? Another thing is to ask to do a live or a takeover. Like I said before, this is a great way to share your message and what you do. And it's also a great way to even show your followers the type of people that you're connecting with and hopefully to inspire them as well. And lastly, we have text and copy. Your copy is ultimately the writing that you add to your post. It's the way that you write it is especially essential to write it in a way that's engaging, in a way that inspires people. And there's actually an algorithm to creating the right copy and text. And so here is actually the process. I'm going to guide you guys through it for a second. So first of all, you want to share a story. You want to share a message. So this could be, okay, so I love volunteering with refugees. I think that it's so powerful for youth to make a difference in the world, to show other people what they're passionate about, and especially to begin forming a brighter future for all of humanity. So that could be your story or your message. Next, you want to guide people through why should I care? A lot of times people are asking, well, why should I care about your story and your message? Tell me why I should care. And this is the part where you say, you have responsibility as a youth to begin making a difference as well. You have the capability to begin making this change here and now. So that could be the why you should care, which engages your audience to think, oh yeah, I should care about this issue. And next, the last thing is to create a call to action. So in this case, it could be, and this is why I want you to go sign this petition to help refugee children get an education. Or it could be, and this is why I want you to comment down below the different causes that you're passionate about, like I am passionate about volunteering with refugee children. So a call to action, like I said, it really prompts them to really do something, which is great for engagement because ultimately it could create people going to your website and doing something that you ask them to, or it can even create more engagement on that post that it reaches a wider audience. So like I said, always provide a step at the end of your post, even if it's something as simple as comment down below with a heart emoji if you agree, because that also creates engagement. And it also helps people feel connected to you because they feel like they're reaching out to you firsthand. So don't be afraid to do that. And next, I want to share this message with you all that half of the world is on social media. Social media has such a powerful way of connecting with the world. It is such an essential tool. It's such a powerful tool. And this is why I'm always telling people, and especially young change makers, to try and get on social media as much as you can in a way that is healthy to you, in a way that makes you feel inspired, in a way that makes you feel positive, because you have the capability to impact half of the world. That is how far your message can travel if you use social media as a tool to further your message and to further your story in the world. So don't be afraid to use this platform. And I have a challenge for you all. But before I get into the challenge, I'd like to add a little message about keeping our mental health and making sure that we have these mental health checks when it comes to social media. Because one thing about social media is that it can be very addictive. It can also, we can get lost in social media. We can essentially also start to feel self-conscious about ourselves, what we're doing when it comes to social media. I know personally I've struggled with social media because sometimes I see other people that are doing something similar to what I'm doing, but maybe they're speaking at the UN, maybe they're doing something bigger than what I'm doing, and it makes me feel like, what am I doing in the world? Because there's already people out there that are making a bigger difference than I am. But that's why it's so essential and it's so important to remember that your message is so unique. Your message on social media has the power to impact the certain people that you're trying to impact. Because the more people that are sharing your message, the more people that are sharing this message of youth advocacy, change making, making a difference in the world for future generations, making a change for humanity, the more people that are advocating for that message, the better it is. So just because somebody else is doing it doesn't mean that you're not valuable as well. So always remember that. And also remember that if you need to take a break from social media, do that. Please remember to always do what you feel is healthiest for you, what you find is best for you, especially when it comes to social media advocacy and when it comes to using your time for really going online and sharing your message. So always remember that. And so now I want to get into this challenge. So today I actually have a little challenge for you all when it comes to social media to get you all started on your journey here. So I'm going to introduce this to you as something, maybe it could be a little struggle sometime to get on social media, to post that image, to post that video, to share your message. And this is why I want you guys to at least do one of the following things this week. So I want you to use one of these strategies and see how your message can make an impact. So first of all, you could do a live. Try going online, maybe just by yourself or with a change maker. Maybe it's do a takeover. Ask somebody or an organization to do a takeover on their account. It can also be post new content. So also don't forget when you post new content to add the correct hashtags, mark it to the correct community that you're trying to reach, create the right copy, like I told you guys, really guide them through your story, then guide them through the why you should care, and then their call to action. And also try promoting new content through your stories, whether it's getting on your story and sharing a message, sharing somebody else's post, maybe it's a shout out, whatever it may be. And also connect and reach out. So don't be afraid to reach out to the people that you're closest to the people that you feel that you can connect with. And also when you're doing this, don't forget to tag us. So the challenge is to choose maybe one of these. It could be choosing two if you really feel like you're up for it. But my challenge is to choose at least one of these things to do in the next week to share your message on social media and to begin impacting the world online too. And so remember, like I said, don't forget to tag us. And on the next slide, I'll be showing you guys how you can contact me and my different organizations to make sure that we see it and to make sure that we provide you with all the engagement that you need, because I'd love to give a shout out to you after you do this challenge and to hear what you think of this challenge and especially how you're going to advocate through social media. So I want to say thank you all so much today for joining me on this journey. And here's different ways that you can follow me personally and the different organizations that I'm involved with and that I'm directing. So I just want to say thank you so much. And also, don't forget that your voice is incredibly unique and that even if it feels like you can't make a difference, I want you all to remember that no one is unqualified when it comes to serving humanity. Thank you so much, and thank you, Global Changemakers, for this opportunity. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.